puts customers first, not the product. Okay, I repeat the topic. Product management puts customers first, not the product. Okay, so participant 1. So it states, so, okay, so you'll be talking for or against? Okay, and would you like to go first or would you like him to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Alright, so here's the toss, and Puneet has decided to talk against the topic. Okay, so may I request you to take your seats, please?
Okay, so good morning everybody. My name is Puneet Khanna and I work for BT in Steria. I've been associated with Steria for the last 9 years. And today I'll be talking about product management and the role of customer and product in the field of product management and what is a successful strategy. So before I start, let me introduce you to the topic. So what is product management? Product management in strict technical terms can be defined as an organizational lifecycle function which deals with product planning, forecasting and marketing of a product throughout the product's lifecycle. So in a standard product management lifecycle, a product manager has two major functions, or you can say it has two major roles. He has upstream functions, or he or she can have downstream functions. So what are upstream functions? Basically, upstream functions consist of all the activities like product planning, where a product is being conceptualized or is being innovated, or it can take care of activities where the product is being thought over. Then there is a stage called product design, which comes part of an upstream function, where the product is being designed and a strong business case is being sent out to the business for approval. There is another activity in upstream functions which is called the product launch or the product commercialization, where the actual commercialization or the production of the product is being made and the product is now then launched into the market, with various nitty-gritties of marketing and product promotion. And then there are downstream activities which comprise of activities like product renewal and activities like product restructuring, or activities like the product retirement, where product just needs to go out of the shelf due to various reasons, etc. So in a typical product management lifecycle, a product manager performs various functions solely with the goal of maximizing the product output and the profit of the organization.
Thank you. The time starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shyamshree, and I'm very passionate about product management since half of my career I've spent in developing some innovation products in whatever scale they are in. So typically, the product management, I feel, revolves around three things, which is creating value, delivering value, and capturing the value. And I think every product, in effect, just revolves around the generation of the value to the end customer, for instance. So typically, a product management life cycle also, begins with the generation of an idea, which may come out from a business setting, for instance, just like the ERPs of the world came into being. And then eventually, we have, I think all of you would be familiar with how a product launches into the market, and thereafter there is a sort of sinusoidal curve after which the product life cycle declines and the product is sort of retired and is taken over by something else in that space. So the whole point of creating a product starts with the germ of an idea which may come up from a typical business setting, and the eventual sunset is due to the arrival of yet another business concept or a new area, or something like a blue ocean area where there is not yet so much of a competition. So I think the product lifecycle management has to be seen from the perspective of what value it really brings to the end user, and that's what I think I will try to bring out from this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alright, so Puneet, are you all set for the next?
I'm just getting a taste. Well, thank you, Shyamshree, for your valuable product inputs to this product management side. But I was just wondering when I was hearing you, are you trying to speak on customer management or product management with your views on value for the customer and for the product? But anyways, I'll try to cover my views on how product is centered to and a good product strategy and an innovative strategy is important for a good product strategy in the longer term. So, firstly, I feel a customer-driven product management approach has few fundamental flaws. The first one is there is no innovation. In a customer-driven product management philosophy, what happens is the innovation is always lagging behind, and it's always kept on the back burner. John Scully, who's the co-founder of Apple Incorporation, once he was asked in an interview with the Forbes magazine, and he said that any organization who stresses upon innovation and has a strong R&D department is going to succeed in this competitive market. And that seems right. If you see the Apple product called the Apple iPad, it's an excellent example of an innovative product which has completely changed the way the computing devices work. Now you can go and sit on your couch in your home with your family and work on that product, on the iPad to do your computing things, or even you can take out that product to a garden and walk around with it and do your computing things. So it's an excellent innovative product. Also, there is the other fundamental flaw which I find with the customer-driven approach is the customer itself. If I say, as all long been said, the customer is always right, but come 2013, 2014, that statement doesn't hold true. Now the statement is the customer is always right if he is the right customer. So what does that mean? Data suggests that almost 20% of the customers, they don't know what they want, and only those customers who exactly know what they want are the ones who, they are not giving the feedback to the companies on the various feedback panels or the various tools. So if only 20% of the customers are aware of their rights, so what about the other 80%? That means the companies who are taking data from the customer-driven approach, they're trying to extract the data and basing their strategies on almost a big chunk of wrong data. If I take an example of Henry Ford, who almost everybody knows, he's the founder of Ford Motor Corporation, and he was the first person to introduce commercial production of assembly of cars. He was once asked, and in an interview he said that if I were to ask my customers if you want to go from point A to point B, then he said almost all his customers would have said in his era, we want a faster horse. So nobody was thinking of innovation, and that's my main point. Things like Twitter, which people refuted with a follower model, and they were not willing to work on it, and it came out to a big successful product. And so I believe if we have a strong innovation and a product-driven philosophy, then we can have a successful product-driven strategy.
Okay, nice.
Thank you, Puneet. I would like to just counter what you said in terms of the innovation-driven product development approach. The innovation has to sell at the end of the day. And there are the examples that you mentioned are of those products that are successful in the market, such as iPad and so on. But there are scores of other innovations that have failed to reach maturity since they did not have the value proposition, the business case articulated. So there are several examples. Say organizations embark on a journey to develop a certain type of product, and it does not reach its full term because they realize they have the lack of business case. Today's economy is very, very value driven. It is driven by what aspects and what benefits the product brings to the market, and basically when you implement a product, what ROI will it result at the end of the day. And without that, see, if you look at iPad, how it became successful, it is because the business value it brought to the customers at large. Meaning those people who could become more mobile, who could bring their devices to their organization and so on. So innovation may still exist in a marketplace where it is customer driven. Say for instance, how did ERP come into being? So I think before ERP was there, most of the supply chain and other aspects were very, very manual in the sense. And then Oracles of the world, they started developing something which is more verticalized, something which is more pertinent to the customer. Till date, the innovations that sell belong to specific business problems that they address. Say for instance, if you look at the Hadoop and big data case, it's a huge evolution which has started since something around 1984. To be honest, there are mentions of big data way back, dating to wherever we are at the moment. Hadoop came long after that, and even now that we have Hadoops, we have Exalytics and so many different products from big players like Oracle and IBM, we still do not have a pertinent business case to embrace those products and to develop the ROI from that. So IBM has a business lab, for instance, on big data, and they are offering the products in the Hadoop segment, but there still isn't the amount of use cases that exist in the business to justify the investment on them. So, all said and done, big data is a huge innovation, but it is there just as an innovation as of now. It's a hype cycle which will probably mature. It has enough business status for it. So I think at the end of the day, the voice of the customer centricity is the single most important point for developing a product and for helping it achieve maturity. Thank you.